right, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations and many blessings to you elect Akim across the four winds of this earth, kicking this word in sincerity and in truth. Another day here in Babylon, and today sparks another high holy day that the wicked follow, which is Christmas, which we understand is Saturnalia. All right, and when December 21st kicked in, that started off on Yule, which is a sacrificial day that these elites and these witches sacrifice children. It's just it's a plethora of demonic activity that gets pushed out around this time of the year. So being the men of the Lord, we're here to mark those that cause division, and also too, we're here to proclaim all these things that are going on, because this is what the Lord had commanded us to do. And today you see it's Christmas. The Heavenly Father clearly had said, and we can get it, he said, don't worship these days, for the heathen follow these days, man. He says, neither be dismayed in them. All right, because it's a vain thing when you see, you look outside and it's nothing but death. And these people want to get a pine tree and put it in their house and worship it and say it's for the children. You got to ask yourself, when was the last time your children had dominion over you? One time of the year is, okay, yeah, we do this for the children. No, man, you do it because you're wicked. But ultimately, we're here to proclaim through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai that this day is wicked. And we're here to bring out the truth. Yeah. Because we're the men of truth, all right? According to what the scriptures say. And according to the spirit that he had given us. Okay? Who else, we
have the Zondervan Dictionary. We're going to read into this word Christmas, right? And whatever bones is in there, meat and bones, we're going to take the meat and we're going to, if it's bones, we're going to basically correct it. Because I read it and it's basically, they put it in there. So we're going to go into it. It says Christmas. Esau's definition, when you break the word down, is Christ mass. They do what they call mass congregations of people come together. Really, like the brother says, demonic. It's bringing in spirits from the portals, you know what I mean? It starts with the solstice, man. So they bring these demons through the portals, and they'll be doing it. It's like a whole month. It's this thing that they say was Christmas is not just today. And I'm gonna read and show you. Right. It says the anniversary of the birth of, they say, Christ. So they're trying to say it's the birth of Yahushai, which we are going to show you through the scriptures that this is false. And it says, in an observance celebrated by most Protestants and by Roman Catholics on December 25th, by the Eastern Orthodox churches on January the 6th, and by the Armenian churches January the 19th. That's why I say this is an ongoing demonic, it's a whole month, man. Yeah. And then in January the 1st, they're going to be bringing in Old Lang Syne, man. All that's demonic, man. Yeah. They're setting the stage for whatever goes on the rest of their what they call a year.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, but just a quick point, just land back on what you're talking about. They even say it in their Christmas carols, man, on the 12th day of Christmas, you know what I'm saying? And it's days that keep on going down, but the key point is on that day of Christmas, which shows you, like the priest said, it's not just one day. Right. It's numerous days where they do their activity, they do their sacrifices, they pretty much usher in demonic presences within their homes. And that's why you see the spirit put on people. You know what I'm saying? You see Black Friday, which was about a month ago, people killing people just to get certain things, man. And even to this time right now, you go to a grocery store, you see a bunch of food all over the place, honey glazed ham everywhere. These are foods that are sacrificed to the idols that they worship. Everything that they do brings in that demonic energy. And these people have that within them.
Seems like it starts with Halloween. Right on to the end of the year.
Yep.
It says, the first mention of observation on December 25th is the time of, said it is in the time of Constantine, about AD 325. It says the birth of Christ is not known. So if it's not known, how the hell y'all celebrate on the 25th? Right. Yeah, that's like this Esau. It don't make sense, man. But if it's not known, how you know to celebrate it on that day? It don't make sense. So it's like, okay, it says the word Christmas is form of Christ plus Mass, meaning a mass religious service in commemoration of the birth of Christ. We're saying that, but it's how it's shy. Whether the early Christians thought of the observation of Christmas is not clear. Once introduced, the observation spread throughout Christendom. Some Christian bodies disapprove of the festival. Many customs of pagan origin have begun to part of Christmas, i.e. the Christmas tree.
Right.
It says, but most of these no longer have heathen connotations, but have acquired Christian meaning, i.e. Christmas tree points upward to God. See that?
Wow.
You hear that?
It says, and reminds of his gifts. That's why they hand gifts. Hey, these are bones right here, man. Right?
Mind if I bring a precept out real quick?
Go ahead, brother.
Because once you partake in giving the gifts and getting the tree and doing all that, you're sporting yourself.
We'll start the precepts now. You want?
Okay.
What you got, Jeremiah?
I got Isaiah 57 real quick.
Yeah.
But you're sporting yourself within that. You're partaking within that ideology. All this information that's really brought out, all you got to do is look on YouTube, or look on Google. Yeah, because we're living in an age of information. Clearly shows you that this day that y'all deem as Christmas, the birth of the Messiah, is not. Okay? Even though that said nobody knows when the birth of the Messiah is, we know, man.
Yeah.
He was born at the beginning of spring, around the time of the Passover, and the scriptures tell you that. So it's obvious he's not born around this time of the year. All right, but you got Jake that sport themselves with this, and you can tell them that that's not the case, but they don't look nothing up. They don't want to because they want to hearken on to lies, man. And ultimately it's just sorcery that's going on, a big veil of sorcery that's covering your eyes.
I'll read this for you real quick.
Come.
Jeremiah 7 and 8. Behold, ye trust in lying words, they cannot profit.
That's clear to the point. And you trust in these words. You trust in it so much that you feel like you don't need to look it up because that truth will be brought out and you'll feel self-convicted.
Right.
And then the more you worship it and the more you follow it, you're going to just continue to cut yourself. That's why your family members don't want to. When you first get into the truth, you know how it is when you first get into the truth and you want to tell your family members about it and everything. That's why they don't be wanting to hear it.
Right.
Because they know you telling the truth, but they don't want to partake within it because if they see it within their eyes, they're going to get cut even more. So they want to ignore it and they trust in those lying words. And our people been lied to, man. Been duped. But this is an ongoing series of events that have been happening all the way since the beginning, around the time when the Temple of Babylon was built. But this is Isaiah chapter 57. I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, But draw near hither, ye sons of sorceress, the seed of the adulterer and the whore. And this is talking about Israelites right here. Okay? Against whom do ye sport yourselves? Against whom make ye a wide mouth and draw out the tongue? All right, and that's what Jake does when you tell them about the truth. When you, as an example, going to them, if you want to tell them, like for example, today's Tuesday and it's one of our camp days. We're going to go out on the highways and byways, and 9 times out of 10 we're going to talk about Saturnalia at Christmas. But the main ones that'll come up against us and draw open with wide mouths are going to be Jake. All right, probably namely going to be the Northern Kingdom. Because you're going to see a lot of Issacharites out there, but not even just them too. Because we're talking about Jake and a whole. They're going to be the main ones that come against it. Yep. Your family members will call you to see if you're coming over and everything. You say no, and they look at you like you're crazy. They talk to you any type of way. And these are supposed to be the same people that say they believe in quote unquote Jesus and all of that. But you see their hypocrisy, man. All right, continuing on in Isaiah.
The word sport means to delight.
The water.
They delight in their wickedness.
It says, seed of transgression,
like
seed of...
they sport themselves. He said it like, it means sport. You said that because it goes into, you said they'll be out there, they'll be mocking, basically.
Yeah,
That's what that goes into.
The water. It says, against whom do ye sport yourselves or delight yourselves in? Against whom make ye a wide mouth and draw out the tongue? Are ye not children of transgression, a seed of falsehood, inflaming yourselves with the idols under every green tree, slaying the children in the valleys under the cliffs of the rocks? And when you go into the origins of Christmas, That's what was going on, man. When they sung them Christmas carols and they talk about the Yuletide, that Yule is a log that they burn, and that's why when you go to your workplace around this time of the year or certain places, they'll have at least to usher in that Christmas spirit or Christmas feeling. I know in my job they had a big old projection screen with a log burning, or they'll be at their homes and they'll have the tree and then they'll have that Christmas log put up in there to burn. Well, that's more so a symbolic of burning children. Because that's what they did. They sacrificed their children unto Moloch, which is a Canaanite deity, and his Babylonian counterpart was Marduk and Nimrod. And that's what had taken place. So when they said inflaming yourselves,
inflaming means chamam, meaning passion.
Right.
Being passionate. They passionate about putting a tree up every year. They passionate about putting the silver and gold. They're passionate about. We see it when we ride. We saw it when we rode out to the brother's house last night. It's like a whole neighborhood was full of it seemed like 400 or 500 cars in a line trying to go down this neighborhood to see the houses that were lit up. So they're passionate about putting gas in their car, going to see this idol shit. Yep. They're passionate about that shit, man.
That's right. That's right. It says inflaming or being passioning yourselves with idols. Going right into it, man. They for example, we teach it downtown. You got that tree, and you got all these jakes. The man was that go down there and take pictures in front of it as jakes.
You in this car?
Yup. The man was that come against us. Hey, you're in the way. We're trying to take pictures. It's Jake, man. Continuing on, it says under every green tree. And what's that green tree? That's that evergreen tree. All right, that's that same green tree that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and also you actual physical Gentiles put in your house around this time of the year. Set presents under it, and it says slaying the children in the valleys under the cliffs of the rocks, because that was an old custom. That Yule log was synonymous for that child being burnt to Molech or Marduk, man.
They still do it to this day. They Bohemian Grove.
That's right. They still do it to this day. We're putting them children, and that's where you see those missing children, especially around this time of the year.
Milk carton kids.
They're sacrificing unto these idols, and once they do this, they're putting that demonic spirit in there. More demons are out here attacking. That veil is getting thinner. So they do it to call on the spirits that they worship. Which they call them the gods.
Certain people have certain people be having kids. They'll switch your kids. They know your line. Esau knows your family line better than you. You're certain they be like, okay, if this dude have a kid, we're gonna switch it because we need to sacrifice this kid. And you come back, you be raising another damn kid.
Right, straight up.
We got scripture. We got scripture.
Yeah, that's Ezekiel 23 and 37. They have committed adultery, and blood is in their hands, and with their idols have they committed adultery, and also caused their sons, whom they bear to me, to pass them through the fire to devour them. That's what they're doing, because you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans will give a law, statutes, commandments. So anytime you spiritual fornication, you sin it, man. And you run your ass straight to so-called church and saying you worship in this power, man. And this during the time of Ezekiel, that's what they was doing. I'm going to jump to 39, because it said, for when they had slain their children to their idols, then they came to the same day to my sanctuary to profane it, and lo, thus have they done in the midst of mine house. So back during the time of Ezekiel, Jacob be worshiping idols and going straight to the sanctuary to worship the Most High. He said, what the hell y'all got to do with this, man? The same day.
That's right.
The spirit is back, man.
And a lot of the stuff Ezekiel was talking to, when you read it, a lot of his curse outs and everything was toward that priesthood, man. Because Ezekiel was a priest himself. So you see around the time of the Babylonian Empire, he's cursing those Israelites who were supposed to be righteous men or priests, and they go and sacrifice children, doing all these things to these gods, and then they go right back to the temple of the Lord and act like they're just scotch-free. That's why Ezekiel always talked about washing that blood off your hands and then doing it, man. And he was like, hey, look, man, I got to clean this blood off my hands. And same thing with Isaiah. We're reading here, man. That applies to it too, because when you read about the prophet Isaiah, when the time he prophesied under King Uzziah, Ahaz, Hezekiah, and then I can't remember the fourth king. But when you look into King Ahaz, who was the father of Hezekiah, Ahaz sacrificed his sons under that green tree. And you read about that in the book of Kings. So you see who Isaiah was cursing out. And as Ahaz was the king, you read in the scriptures, it says, as the king, so was the people. So Jake was in that mindset, man. Jake was in that mindset just like the king was. And we coming in that spirit of Isaiah and Ezekiel right now to let Jake know what's going on, man. Because these same people will be quick to say they worship the Lord, but then will say, oh, we celebrate Christmas, and then say it's his birthday.
Jotham?
Jotham, the water. Jotham was one of them too. That's right, the water.
I get Leviticus 26.
Okay.
Leviticus 26 and, let's see here, 1.
26 and 1? Okay.
26 and 1.
Okay, con.
And you jump to 30 after you read 1.
Con. This is the book of Leviticus.
Jeremiah 14.
Okay. It's a lot. Yeah, I'm still getting used to those.
Because what we're going to do, like it said, we read that definition, man. We're going to kind of show you where it's, because they said they stand up the tree. It's to them, the tree points upward to the Most High.
Right.
But we know that's symbolism of Nimrod, Isis and Osiris, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel. I'm sorry, Leviticus.
Do 19 and 4. I can read 19 and 4 now, and you can read
26. Okay.
Leviticus 19 and 4 says, "Turn ye not unto idols, nor make yourselves molten gods," man. And that tree is a god for these people.
Yep.
Right? And it says, "Because I am the Lord Yahweh." So he says not to turn to those idols, man. Don't have that passion for it like you people have, man. You know, go ahead.
God. This is Leviticus chapter 26, verse 1. Ye shall make you no idols, nor graven image.
See, you shall make no idols or graven images. You people walk around with crosses on your neck.
If they got a fish symbol.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
Don't do it, man. Go ahead.
And a graven image is just for edification's sake. People look at a graven image and think, for example, we have the picture of the description of Yahushua, and they'll be like, you have a graven image right there, an idol. No, a graven image is an image that you actually worship to be a deity, man. That's why you see these people with the crosses around their necks. They'll put that tree inside of the house and deck it with silver and gold and do the whole ritual that was done. That's a graven image.
Carved.
Yeah, that's right.
You sold those necklaces are carved into that actual carved. We just have a picture.
That's right.
But we, like you said, we don't worship that.
It's on the ground. We step on it sometimes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's for edification's sake.
Right.
You know. Just wanted to bring that point out though. But this is Leviticus 26 and 1. Ye shall make no idols nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image.
The standing image, that's the tree.
Yep.
Tree. You take it up. We're gonna read about it in Jeremiah 14.
God.
Right. Go ahead.
Yep. Neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land.
See, that's the cobblestone, which the Muslims worship.
Right.
You ain't supposed. That goes back to Saturday. You know, priesthood.
God. An image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, for I am.
Bow down unto it, man. Y'all bow down unto it because y'all sing the songs and you go as far as buying the presents. You know, you buy special outfits for that day. Go as far. It's all they buy material things on that day, man. Yeah,
Straight up. It says to bow down unto it, for I am Yahweh your God.
The Lord Yahweh, man.
Not no damn tree.
Not no tree. Not Nimrod. Right.
You said jump down to what you got?
You got jump down to
Verse 6.
30, I think it is.
Oh, verse 30. Okay.
I just want to follow along. Go ahead.
This is Leviticus 26 and 30. And it says, and I will destroy your high places and cut down your images and cast, you got it.
Go ahead.
And cast your carcasses upon the carcasses of your idols, and my soul shall abhor you.
So when the Lord destroys America with thermonuclear destruction, he will be destroying what they just said. He gonna destroy those.
It says, and I will destroy your high places and cut down your images.
He gonna cut down those images, man. So that whole image of Christmas gonna be cut down when the Lord destroys America with thermonuclear destruction, man.
That's right.
That's what is needed because you people are going to continue to have that inflaming passion for Christmas. It's not going to stop. No matter how many times the prophets prove, you can't even say prove to me because y'all don't believe.
Right.
So there's how many times we show you in the scriptures, right? That it's wrong. You're still going to have that passion for it.
Right.
You know.
The passion, that's crazy.
So it's going to take Yahweh Shemel Shai to destroy this place. He said he's going to cut it down. Man.
Yep, that's right.
You know?
That's right. Did you want me to keep going?
You got anything else? We could jump to 14, Jeremiah 14.
You got Jeremiah 14?
Yeah, 14. We started 1. What do you want?
Yeah. That's Jeremiah 14 and no, it's 10.
10. Okay, you want that?
Yeah, 10 and 1. Yeah, Jeremiah 10 and 1. And it said, learn out the way of the heathen. That's basically what they're doing, following out the heathens. Jeremiah 10 and 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel.
O house of Israel. So he's speaking to you, children, Negroes, you Latinos, and you Native Americans, man, who actually worship. This is, I'm gonna tell you right now, just past experience. Today is a day. Esau at the movies. He not around the tree watching the football games like Jake and them doing.
Yeah.
Esau at the movies.
Yeah,
he doing all kind of other shit. Cutting grass, raking leaves.
Yep.
That's just you Negro Latinos and the Native Americans.
You don't even celebrate, yeah.
Yeah, he be at the movies. You go to the movies, it's packed right now. Edomites.
Meanwhile, Jacob home eating chitlins, ham, praying over the food.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, holding hands and shit.
Holding hands and praying to Jesus.
That's why the Lord said, I will abhor you in that day, man.
Yeah, Amos 5.
Yeah, when you go into that word abhor, a lot of us equate it to hate, which he does hate 2/3 of Israel, but when you go into that word, ultimately it means to shun or to be away from. You know what I'm saying? Because when the Lord's face is turned towards you, that means he's protecting you. But if his face is turned against you, that means that the back of his head is your way, meaning he's not even focused on you or looking at you, man. And why is that? Because you're a rebellious house. You know what I'm saying? He don't got his eyes on somebody who he doesn't care about, man. He's not focusing and shining his light, which is synonymous for his eyes and his face upon you, man. That's why you're casting in darkness. Because you don't got the Lord's face on you. He's abhorred you. You know?
Verse 2, Jeremiah 10 and 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven.
Be not dismayed at the signs of heaven. It says, learn not the way of the heathen. That word learn is lamad, right?
Yeah, lamad.
It says to learn, to teach, to exercise in, to be taught, to be trained. You people, it's like when you exercise, that's what you're moving your body, repetition, right? So you exercise, meaning every year is a repetition for you. Every year around November to start buying those gold balls, those silver balls,
right.
Trees. You run to the forest. You train. The scripture said in Proverbs, train up your child
the way you should go.
Yeah. So y'all bring y'all kids up into this shit. So when they become teenagers and adults, they uphold those heathenistic practices. Man.
Right, that's right.
You're not training them about the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. Y'all are rearing them to go towards Satan. Go ahead.
Verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain. Thus said the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them.
Sure.
Verse 3, for the customs of the people are vain.
They're worthless. Vain, go ahead.
For one cutteth a tree out of the forest.
And that's what you see them do. Every year around November, they exercise and they practice going into the forest and cutting a tree. And Esau, Jake go to the store and buy a tree. Esau actually go in the woods and do it the way that they were taught to do it.
Yep.
They come out with these big ass trees on their cars and shit.
Yep.
Right to the house. Yeah, go ahead.
Man, for the customs of the people are vain. For one cutteth a tree out of the forest, the work of the hands of the workman with the axe.
With the axe, man. So now they use chainsaws. You know, the old custom, you cut it down with an axe, man.
Right.
Hell, I remember as a kid cutting a tree down with an axe, man.
Yeah.
You know, but now, just that's describing what they do. Go ahead.
They deck it with silver and with gold. They fashion it with nails and with hammers that it move not.
So they put it. They used to
the little green.
They used to put the little pieces of wood. You make the cross like an intersection, and then you would nail the nail sideways into the wood that it'll stand up. Now they got these little devices now where you just twist it in there and it'll hold it up. But the old way was you took 2 pieces of wood, you made like a cross with the wood, and you put it on top and you nail the nail sideways. That was the old way.
God.
That it don't move, man.
They had spirits on it.
Yeah, and then you erecting the penis of Nimrod, man.
That's what it is. When you go into that evergreen tree, man, what the Romans did during Saturnalia, man, like we see during the winter solstice, it's darker longer than it's light.
Yeah.
You know, so when those Romans, and it ultimately goes back to Babylonian customs, but when they seen that it was darker, you know, they were at threat in their minds that the end was coming. You know, and the end was near. So what they did was they looked around and tried to find a source of life. Because mind you, not only is it dark, but everything's cold and it's dying. You know what I'm saying? So death is surrounded by you, which we understand why, because, you know, that's still toward the end of the year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Lord's going to kill off things, and during spring regrows it. But anyway, it's darker and everything's cold. So plants are dying, regular trees, the leaves are falling off, and it looks very eerie whenever you see it in wintertime. So when they seen those evergreen trees standing up, still fully furnished and still green, they looked at it like, you know, this has to be some form of a god. You know, we need protection because we're going to die. That was in their minds, their thought process. Right. Yeah. So they would cut it down and place it in their houses. And they worshiped it as that. You know what I'm saying? They worship it as such. And still goes back to Nimrod because, of course, they looked at that and what is it shaped as? A phallus. Right. So they already had the understanding in their minds and their beliefs that if it's shaped like a phallus, it goes back to that Nimrod's penis anyway, like that obelisk. You know what I'm saying? It's shaped the same exact way. So they placed that obelisk or that phallus or that tree in their houses and like the priest said, decked it with silver and gold and worshipped it, man. Had their children under it. You know, when them children are opening their gifts under the tree, a lot of times when we were children, we were bowed down on our knees, not even knowing we were doing it. Under the tree, you all up under it on your knees, getting the presents. You know, you write a Christmas letter to Santa Claus, and then you put it under the tree. You know what I'm saying? You don't set it nowhere, but you set it under the tree. And then some fat nigga squeezes down your chimney, eats some milk and cookies, man. You know, like, where does that come on now? And we know where it comes from, but I'm just being funny when I say that. Like, it shows you this place is off, man. And the scriptures say in Jeremiah not to do it, to you Israelites. But you the main ones that do it.
Yep. Main ones, bro. Go ahead. Some more on that, I think.
Verse 5, they are upright as the palm tree, but speak not. They must needs to be born, because they cannot go. Be not afraid of them, for they cannot do evil. Neither also is it in them to do good.
So that tree can't speak, but like you said, they make it upright and let that tree fall, man. That old saying, if the tree falls, Nimrod will come destroy your family. That's why when they hang that tree up, when you play, Big Mama and them be talking about don't knock that tree down, don't play around that tree and shit. That's right. They taking on, man, it's all demonic, man.
Man.
Do you remember, Bon, you might remember too, but in 2016, Christmas Day, Yahweh Shem Yahushua sent a whirlwind to Garland, Texas and all that, and it was a tornado that destroyed hella homes on Christmas Day. You know what I'm saying? The Most High ain't playing, man. Knocked hella trees down that day. You know?
That's real. Now let's get the scripture on, because they were saying like their whole thing is they're celebrating the birth, right? So we're gonna go through that and we're gonna cut that with the scriptures and give you the truth on it about this birth. And we can end it off. Okay. Go into it. It's Luke 2 and 1. Start at 1.
Down to 8.
It says, and it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus, who was the emperor, I guess, at the time. It says, he was the emperor at the time, Yahushua, right before he was born. It says that all the world should be taxed, man. So the Romans used to tax, man, well, like they do now. It's all going to come together when we read it. It says, and the taxing was first made by Cyrenius, was governor of Syria, and all went to be taxed, every one in his own city. And Joseph went up to Galilee out of the city of Nazareth unto Judah, unto the city of David, which is called Bethlehem, because he was of the house of the lineage of David. So Joseph was part of that lineage, that royal lineage, right? It says to be taxed with Mary, his espoused wife, being great with child. So he was his espoused wife being great with child. Being great with child means she's
hella pregnant.
10 months pregnant.
Yeah.
Right? 10 months. She went the actual full 40. You know, most people have babies at 36 and 33 and stuff, but she was great with child.
Yep.
So it says, and so it was that while they were there, these days were accomplished that she should be delivered. Right? So she gonna have that baby. She brought forth her son, firstborn son, and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger because there was no room in the inn.
Might I bring up a point real quick going into that? When you even look at it today, when a time of the year when they start taxing, like filing taxes, January through April. You know what I'm saying? Which it shows you, you know what I'm saying, if it's within that time, it couldn't have been in the summer.
But Jaden like to say, well, we do rapid refund. We can get out to November and December.
Yeah, it's simple as hell, man.
That's simple, man.
Like
they just started that shit.
Yeah, and the masses don't even do that anyway.
Exactly.
Majority of everybody's gonna get it in between January and April, man. Which shows you he was born around that time of April. It's Mayish.
It's gonna tell you the next verse. It says, now she wrapped him in clothes and put him in a manger, right? Now let's go into the word manger. A manger for you. Manger. The Greek word is
Phone.
phone.
Strong's G 5336. Fonte.
Con. It says a crib, a manger, a crib, a stall, right? A stall. So a manger is basically where you keep your donkeys and your oxen.
Right.
So it's outside. A newborn baby.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
When you have a newborn baby, the baby has to be real carefully looked after because he's open to everything that's in the air. Now, if they wrapped him in swaddling clothes and put him in a manger, they had him outside.
Right.
So he would freeze to death. It was winter, trust me.
Straight up.
To death.
Straight up.
And it tells you right here in the next verse, it says, Salaki, let me get this. Let's see here. See here goes Satan messing with the mouse, man. I know you mad. Verse 8 says, and there were the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. That's the key. Because, look, I lived over there in the Middle East before. The shepherds don't run the flock in the winter because ain't no grass. Right? You only graze your sheep in the springtime. When it's grass, they'll have them out there all night.
Right.
So that lets you know right there, if the shepherds were abiding there, keeping their sheep by night, then it had to be in the springtime. Because the wintertime, they're not out there grazing because there's no grass to graze.
That's right.
So it's like, there's two scriptures where it's like, okay, it'd be too cold for them to lay him down. You would freeze to death.
Yep.
You freeze to death if it was winter. The springtime, you have nice nights, man. Those nights be real nice. Like, it might be like 70 degrees at night. It's nice.
Yeah.
And the body of the sheep, that's the winter. That's the springtime. Along with the taxing that the brother went over. That taxes is around that time of April.
Yeah.
Taxing, yeah. Because when you go into it, that tax, to be taxed, they were like, hey, we need that now. And that's how they do it. April 15th, it's the cutoff day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Man.
So easy, bro.
It says, and they were the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over the flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone around about them, and they were so afraid. So that right there cuts that he was born on that December 25th day, man.
Right.
The Lord was born around springtime. Do we know the actual day and hour? No, we know that it was spring. We don't know if he was born April 1st, April 2nd. We don't know that. You know, we know he's born in the springtime according to the scriptures, man.
That's right. And that's when life is springing forth from the earth.
Yeah, life is springing forth from the earth, man.
You know, is he not called Yahushua of Nazareth?
Seemed like everything that was spiritual done in the scriptures, it was always a Passover. He always kicking knowledge to the people. It was always around the time of the life spring, the springtime.
Yeah. When you go into the prophecy of it, it says, you know, he calls him a branch, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you go into that word branch, that goes into the word in the Hebrew is pronounced Natazar, and that goes back to Nazareth. And when you go into that, it talks about he shall spring up as a branch, meaning like a plant from the earth.
Okay.
So it has to be around springtime when everything's springing up from the earth, because Yahushua is considered what? The tree, the tree of life. You know, so if he's the tree of life, and trees and all that stuff grows and it's nourished around that time, he has to be born around that time, man. Everything is fashioned around the Lord in his time, when he wants to do. So when you see certain, like the priest said, certain things happen around the earth, that's synonymous for something that already existed, man. Mm-hmm. Spring and everything. Reason why spring is around this time of the year is synonymous. Around that time of the year, it's synonymous for Yahushua's birth, man, and our new life coming out of Egypt, man. Everything is surrounded by what the Lord did, man.
Mm-hmm. This is Exodus 20:4. Thou shalt not make anything, any graven image, or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Mm-hmm. Right? Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, because the brother said, hey, unconsciously, when you grab those gifts, you're on your knees and your head is down, and you know you're under Nimrod. Mm-hmm. Like I said, unconsciously you do it. He said, thou shalt not bow themselves to them, nor serve them, for I am the Lord, thy power am a jealous power.
Man, I remember back when I was a kid, man, I used to say, happy birthday, Jesus, God bless you. Mm-hmm. And start opening my gifts, man.
All of us, hey, man.
Going off.
It says, nor serve them, man. That's heavy too, because we have men being in the truth. We have, like we were talking, going to the store, our families are into this shit. Mm-hmm. And they get mad when we don't come around.
Right.
You know?
Straight up.
And it says, when you go into serve, it goes into work, serve, labor, serve another by labor.
Sport.
Yeah. So when you go around those people, that's what they're gonna have you doing. Mm-hmm. Hand me that cranberry sauce. Yeah. Hey, pull this turkey up here.
Go in the tree that they give for me and give it to Terry.
Yeah, go there. They gonna have you working, serving that image, man. Right. You're gonna be serving the image of Nimrod all day long. Yep. You know, go out there and help them. It's always something, man. And then always something.
Then they keep their tree up all the way up to New Year's.
Yep.
Exactly.
Straight up.
Exactly.
12 days of Christmas, man. It starts Saturday night and it ends on January 2nd.
Hey, like I said, according to this, it goes even further with other countries. Right. So it's like a whole month that they're demonic. They're putting that presence on whatever they praying for. To keep you people giving them money or whatever. It's working on that left hand side on you 2/3, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not working on the men of the Lord, man. So y'all got anything to?
No, that's it.
Hey, we just wanted to go over. Today is that demonic day. Like we just went outside, went to the store. It's dead out there, man. It is dead, bro.
Yep.
I mean, Esau got everybody at home, like you said, under that tree right now. Mm-hmm. It is dead out there, you know. Ain't no life out there right now. It's like, no life. But you know, hey, Lord willing, we finna go downtown and we finna bring this positive energy of the truth.
That's right.
Downtown, man. May Yahweh Shem be with us when we go down here. Hey, may this lesson be edifying to the elect, man.
That's right.
All praises, honor, and glory be to Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles, the elders who rule well, who teach us constantly this gospel, and honors to you brothers that are out there laboring constantly in this fight, brother. Shalom.
Shalom.